Hi everyone, it's Clyde with Vibrant Soap. Without going into too much detail, I'm making this soap because I really need this pick-me-up. I needed something fun, something cheery to kind of take me out of a kind of a mood that I didn't really want to be in. I've always been a kind of positive person, and I've also been depressed at one point in my life, and I know what makes me feel better is to be creative and do things that are very cheerful. So that's where this came from. I also want to thank all the people on Instagram who look in on that. I did mention the fact that I was taking care of ailing parents and they're doing a little better right now, so I really wanted to thank people for the outpouring of love and kindness, giving me that kind of support. So surrounding yourself with friends and family that kind of give you that love and support, and also doing something fun can really make a big difference, and I know because I've been there before. So I have gone to lots of fun zones, and actually just recently went to the San Diego Fair. And then I'm remembering a time when we went up to San Francisco, this weird museum near the Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco, and I'll show you some clips of that. Some of them are kind of macabre, kind of weird, but at the same time, I'm glad they preserved these antique toys from the past. You can still put your coins in and see them work. But this is kind of getting into the territory of this soap. I made this soap called Fun Zone, and there's nothing macabre, I think, going on in this soap, but it's bright and cheery. I'll talk about that in the color tutorial. Some of you have requested to see a demonstration on how I make my embeds, so I went ahead and did that, but the video ended up being quite long, so I'm going to include that right here. So if you tap this eye here, I'll bring you right to that. If you want to just see the making of Fun Zone, just continue to watch and we'll get on with that. Okay, I'm going to start talking about the brighter colors that I used in this soap, and they happen to be the embeds that I made. And there's a reason why I'm starting with that. It's because how do we keep our soaps from being very busy? So I'm going to be using a pretty bright pure color there. That's a little like red orange, something like that. And then I'm going to have a darker green, probably with a little more black in it. These again are the colors that I put into my embeds. I'm also going to have a brighter green, almost like a pastel green, something like that. I'm going to have just a little accent of yellow. Okay, so I'm also going to have some of my soap shreds from beveling soaps that I'm going to use as some confetti. This is an idea of a fun zone, carnival, fair-like soap. It should be all about having fun. So that's why I have the confetti in there. So if I had made my soap, actually the melt and pour is going to be the bright one. If I made my cold process part just as bright, there's going to be a lot going on. And so what I'm going to do for the rest of it is to use a pastel. Fragrancing this also with watermelon. So I want sort of a orangey, mostly red color. Probably a little more white in there. Something like that. Maybe a little brighter. Well, imagine that a little brighter, because I want to keep this video a little bit on the shorter side. Put a little more white in there. And I'm also going to pipe a top on this. And instead of using a white top like icing, I'm going to use blue. So I thought nothing to me says carnival or summer or fun than either bubblegum, which I didn't have, or watermelon. So that's going to be my base. So rather simple on the color in the actual part of the soap, and then the fanciful embeds are going to go on top for that. If you notice right here, I made the page a little yellow, but I want to show you a little trick about neutralizing the colors that appear in melt and pour. And you know, sometimes they yellow, so rather than to have a yellowing soap, you don't want that. I'm going to put a little wash of blue over this to show how it can neutralize that. If the yellow is really strong, you're going to get a green, but if you put just the right amount in your melt and pour, you'll get either you'll make the melt and pour look more clear, or you'll have a tinge of blue, and I didn't mind a tinge of blue, so but I didn't want yellow, so I just wanted to show you that if you put a little bit of blue colorant in your melt and pour, the part that you want to stay clear, you can add that little bit of blue to keep it from yellowing. Okay, everything's at about 80 degrees, and I'm going to blend in my kaolin clay and all my oils. I'm going to get my lye solution with silk this time. And there's also goat milk in this one. I like it to heat up a little bit. Help it gel just a little bit. There's not going to be a lot of fancy swirls this time, so I don't mind if it actually thickens up a bit. Actually, I have some soap shreds that I want to be suspending in the batter also, so it's better if it's a little thick too. There's my watermelon fragrance, because it's a fun fragrance. So I'll need some blue for the top. And the rest is going to be this neon pink. I added some titanium dioxide too because I wanted more of a cotton candy pink. Stir that up a little. That looks great. Then I'm going to add my soap shreds. I've got some green, purple, and red shreds in there. Well, let's get that in the mold. That's a great consistency. I just want this to be a really fun soap. And take a spoon and just smooth out that pink, and hope that my blue still wants to blend, but it's fine and it's just the right color. I don't mind this being thick either because I'm going to pipe it. And a lot of that was false trace also because I'm soaking at a cooler temperature, so the hard oils are getting a little harder because of that. Because this is just fine. I think I'm going to even let that set up a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to pipe this. Just want a nice bed for my embeds to sit on. And I haven't piped for a long time, but I know the look I wanted to get for this. Time for a refill. Okay, tuck that down just a little bit. So here are my main embeds, and I thought that looked fun. Just make sure that I put these in the middle. Do this one sideways. Well, let's clean this up a little bit. Make sure that they're spaced right. I think that'll be okay. My other embeds, stick them pretty near these. I think that's about all I can fit on there, so it just needs some glitter. And one last thing is to spray that all down with a little alcohol. Let's straighten up this little one too. That's better. Okay, so there it is. If you can see it by that angle a little bit more. It's called the Fun Zone, and I'll bring you back for the cut. Well, I couldn't wait to use this new cutter from Essential Depot. And again, I'm glad I waited until just the right time to get one of these multi-cutters. And by that I mean I went to the conference in Atlanta, and lo and behold, I entered a little contest going on there, and I won this one. So sometimes it pays to be patient and wait. And now this is the first soap I'm making that is a loaf mold where I can use it. So let's see if that helps right there. So I'm just seeing if the soap that I made that has a lot going on top will cut without ruining the embeds on top. So let's position this. I'm just looking at, I think it's going to be fine. I'll just line this up. And if some of the embeds get sliced a little bit, I think that'll be okay. There's one soap that's going to be a close call, but let's bring this down. It's a really well-made tool. It's very heavy. Oh, some of my embeds are going to be pulled down, so just a couple. Let's take a look. I know it's a very different kind of soap for me, but I'm going to try some different things. Smells great. It does save time. And I like how the pastry tip gave me these little ogival curves. Cuts really well. And I could have, I think there would have been room for me to turn this on its side while I cut too, so I'm going to learn how to use this more and more. But again, I'm doing this for the first time on a really more difficult soap to cut. And I wanted to use it so badly that I went ahead and did it. See that back there? I don't mind that so much. Although one of the embeds, or two of the embeds came off, two of the soaps, there's enough going on top there that I don't think it'll be missed. This is one right here that lost one of the embeds right back there, but still looks okay. I wanted this to come across as fun, and I think it does that. There's where I did the piping. Okay, so I'm going to clean these up. Thank you for watching again. I'm trying to really add some variety to what I do, so the artist series has really helped there. And then I looked at that and I thought, you know, I think that those are fun too, but they're a little bit more of a serious tone, more sort of adult-like, and this is more playful. And don't want to forget about being playful too. So thanks for all your comments lately and for tuning in and subscribing. Remember, subscribing just means that you'll get an alert, a notification that a new video has come out. And I'm planning on doing another artist-inspired soap real soon. So I hope you'll tune in for that, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.